Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to our third lesson on HTML elements. I'm gonna increase the size of my PowerPoint before I start talking about what this third lesson is about. And believe me or not, this is very easy. The title today is what is an HTML attribute? What is an HTML attribute? HTML attribute gives additional information about the element. HTML attributes are specified in the opening tag. For example, you can specify some additional information about the heading. H1, for instance, you can say the style. We'll be learning this when we start our CSS program or a part of the lesson or the course. So specifically, this talks about how do you decorate, how do you change the color, how do you change the size, how do you change the background. All that is called styling. It's a different, as you know, HTML gives the bare bones of the browser, but how do you make it colorful and more attractive? That's CSS. Anyways, let's keep moving. H1 style color red heading. There is also a link, an a href. It's used to add a link to your website. You can also add an image to your website by using the img. Okay, let's head to the Visual Studio. I'm gonna open my Visual Studio, which I've already here prepared, and then I will go from there. Let's say the first thing you will notice is that probably you never took a note is the HTML tag language has got an additional information which has the equal sign lang English. So language English. So this part is what's called attribute. The HTML is the tag, as you know. HTML is opening tag here, the closing tag is here. The head is an opening tag here and the closing tag here. The body is an opening tag here while the body is a closing tag here. So whatever, if you see anything extra inside with an equal sign, you should immediately realize this is what? This is an attribute. For instance, what you can do, you can either listen to my explanation or do it at the end of the lesson. But let's start with the header. H1, I'm just gonna put H1 and hit the tab key on your keyboard and say tab. There you go. That gives you your H1, and then you can put your HTML heading here, HTML attribute. I'm gonna go to the end of the tag, hit enter, and then H2, and I'm gonna put another H2 here. For example, I can say example 1 of the HTML attribute, attribute with a color red. What do I mean? I mean that this will have a color red here, as we have seen in the PowerPoint. You can put style equals to, then colon, then apostrophe or double quotation marks here. Within the double quotation marks, you put color colon red. Let's save this and then go back to our lessons. I saved everything in desktop, HTML tutorial 2021, and then head to the lesson material and specifically go to the HTML files, and then I'm gonna go to lesson 3, HTML attributes.html. Double click. There you go. Example 1 of the HTML attribute with a color red. Example 1 of the HTML attributes 1 with a color red. Let's go back again and see another example. I'm gonna put another example here. This example would be different from the first example, and we'll be dealing with a with a link. We haven't seen this. If you need a link, just put A, hit the tab key, you get the href which automatically, if you're using, let's say, a notepad, probably you should type it out. In this case, we would like to put Google or a link, let's say, to another website. In the example, we'll be using google.com, http colon www.google.com. One thing you should realize is that you should always put a description of the link. In this case, we'll call this Google, and then hit save or Control S on your keyboard, and then let's go back again to that same browser and then refresh. Voila, you see the Google link. Okay, what happens if I click on this link? You better believe it is gonna take you to the Google website. Let's go back. Probably we need one more example. I think a good example would be, how can we add an image? For instance, how do you add an image? An image usually is IMG. Visual Studio Code, the neat and the beauty about it is that it auto completes for you, and all you need to do is hit the tab key. It gives you the source, where the source of that image is, and then as you can see, everything within the opening tag here. By the way, you do not need a closing tag for images. This is an exception. So basically it's always an opening tag, and that takes care of everything. Source, the source in my case would be images, and then camera. I have a camera image, and then alt is basically the description. This is a camera image. You can call it a camera picture, if I get how to spell picture correctly. Sorry about that. Let's say width. The width of that would be this, another attribute. Let's say 100 pixels, and the height would be 100 pixels. 100 in this case is just 100 pixels. Control S is what I'm doing, and then I will go back to the website or to the browser and then refresh. There you go, you have an image. But you know, sometimes you need to make it a little bit neater. How do you do that? You can either put it in a paragraph, the image you can put under paragraph, or you can put, you know, a break line. So above that you can put break, 2 breaks. I like to put 2 breaks, right? And then save. To go back to the website, now you'll see it'll be on top of each other rather than beside each other. There you go. Yeah, so yeah, it's easy. So all you need to do is basically do that. What have we learned today? Even HTML language, yeah, the language with the browser understands is an attribute. So HTML attribute, what is it? It's an additional information about the HTML elements, even the HTML tag itself. The language is English. You can add styling, the color. You can add a link, href it's called, and you must always add the name of that link, as well as you can add images. There are other attributes as well, but if you learn the concept, you can apply it in everywhere else. I hope that was helpful. If you really liked this video, please like and subscribe and share with your fellows, and let me know if you have any question, comment, and I would like to hear your points of view. You have a great day. Bye bye.